Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank ET for this opportunity to speak about a subject that is both dear to my heart as well as to the ethos of Yes Bank. Ever since I have taken over as MD and CEO of Yes Bank, I have been amazed at the digital quotient of our personnel. This is clearly manifested in our digital leadership in the market. I intend to speak today on my experience with Yes Bank as well as State Bank of India. Before that, on the power of digitization as a key growth engine for banks in a specific and the BFSI sector in general. I shall be speaking today on three themes: importance of the frictionless word for BFSI, how are banks gaining out of frictionless world, and digital strategy of Yes Bank and partnership with fintechs. Frictionless banking is a term that traditionally referred only to the streamlining of back office processes. The aim of automation then was to deliver services faster and reduce internal costs. Over the last decade and a half, when RBI introduced electronic payment mechanism like RTGS and NEFT, the overall paradigm of extending services to customers changed. Internet banking came into the fore, and eventually that is making way for API-led transaction processing. The thinking has evolved and is being now applied to customer experience as well. Making every engagement with the customer as simple and straightforward as possible is, I think, is the current holy grail for the financial sector. In respect of new technology and its challenges, what we have seen, that digital identity has largely replaced physical identity in today's world, especially in financial service delivery. Being in the banking industry for so long, I have seen how the evolution of technology is facilitating new ways to interact with customers and provide them with a more frictionless experience. This is manifested in many ways, which are now bespoke, but which I believe will become universal in future. Mobile banking apps that provide quick access to glanceable information and allows the user to make transfers in a secure manner. Biometric data used for authentication. Location data from smartphones that can be used to ascertain if the user is identifiable at home or at the office. Validations can be built accordingly around it. And some institutions have even started using facial recognition software to allow selfie authentication. A common thread across all these developments is that the customer spends less and less time to consume the same service. Quick, clean, and precise is the motto here. These digital technologies all deliver a simpler, easier experience to the customer. They exploit ubiquitous customer technology, such as smartphones, while eliminating the need for cumbersome peripherals like card readers, etc. Using technology to provide a frictionless experience in this way will become a key means for financial institutions to differentiate themselves from the competition now and in the future. More agile, digital savvy disruptor brands are rapidly entering the market and using technology to deliver frictionless experience. What was considered novel a few years ago is now commonplace. Anything less deteriorates the experience of the customer, adding to friction. This is of particular interest to banks of late, as this friction is being exploited by new age fintechs and neobanks because they are able to remove friction from their customer experience journey. Banks have a lot to learn and collaborate from such players. But creating a frictionless experience should not come at the cost of security and compliance with regulations. Something that provides a smooth experience for the customer could throw up compliance challenges for the institution. We can consider some examples like storing biometric and location data on customers, which allows the institution to provide the user with a hassle-free experience. Yet, as the technology grows more prevalent, data security and privacy will become the subject of increasingly focused attention and regulation. In these cases, there are third-party technology solutions that can provide a frictionless experience for customers and financial institutions alike. Many vendors provide technology that has built-in compliance measures in either the delivery of data or the segregation of customer details and customer records. This is also apparent in the way neobanks offer their products and services to customers. There is often lack of real-time visibility into the processes the neobanks follows and the customers they onboard. With a wide clamor among banks to service these neobanks, convenience sometimes trumps compliance. But being the ultimate custodian of a transaction, the buck stops with the bank. Banks have to evolve agile methodology to marry the two seemingly contrasting objectives to ensure adherence to the law of the land while offering the end consumer with the services they need in the manner that they desire. Now, I would like to speak on how from the frictionless, we can become friction right. For any machine to function, some amount of friction is needed. Like a vehicle cannot move without friction between the wheels and the road. Providing a totally frictionless experience may not necessarily be the right approach. Rather, it is about providing the right amount of friction for the right product and the right customer at the right time. Some might scoff at the idea of people using selfies as part of the authentication process. But this is a powerful way to interact with millennials. By the same logic, if older customers demand to use bank books, or we call as a passbook, as part of their customer experience, then I think the institutions must provide them. It is about the customer segment and how they expect to interact with your business. To use another example, mortgage lenders could use automated bots to deliver mortgage advice that regulation requires. However, for the first-time buyers, it might not provide the reassurance and feeling of security they are looking for. A little handholding will still be required. The most technologically advanced or frictionless experience might not best serve the needs of the customer. It really does depend on the product you are selling and who you are selling it to. However, transactions, especially financial ones, should not be so frictionless that it becomes an afterthought for the customers. One needs to be engaged enough to understand and consent rather than just entering a PIN on a smartphone and then forgetting about it. So, when institutions consider how they approach frictionless banking and how they offer that experience to customers, a holistic perspective is required. Technology can fuel powerful innovations that deliver seamless and simple interactions with the customers. Yet these possibilities must always be balanced with the consideration of the compliance challenges that they could throw up. And perhaps most importantly, institutions must be asking themselves whether they are providing the right level of friction appropriate to the customer type or product. I have been in the banking industry for almost now 38 years. And today can see an evolution in financial services where banks and third-party providers are creating an embedded banking experience. One which seamlessly integrates banking functions and services into the daily duties of accounts professionals, delivering a nearly invisible connection between banks and corporates. The introduction of next generation technologies such as APIs is poised to deliver the invisible bank where corporate accounting and banking functions fuse together. We at Yes Bank see this expansion of connectivity as an opportunity to dramatically improve the client experience. This means extending the reach of banking solutions beyond the bank's own channels and technologies, incorporating them into day-to-day management functions. In this way, the friction between corporates and banks are reduced, making impossible to tell where the bank ends and accounts operation begins. Already today, APIs are used to retrieve account balances in real time, consummate instant gratification use cases by processing transactions at high speed round the clock, provide enhanced information for reconciliation in real time, and validating transactions under preset rules, as in the case of cross-border remittances. Process vendor and dealer financing transactions real time, thereby facilitating faster churn in ecosystem. Such innovations are making it possible to conduct transactions instantaneously, improving liquidity decision making, and allowing Treasury to better support overall business strategies and objectives. For example, the use of APIs is allowing clients to initiate payments directly from native enterprise resource planning systems, eliminating the need to log into a banking portal. APIs are also enabling clients to access bank account information in real time through their own system, saving time and effort. In short, routine tasks will either become automated or made far easier to execute. As a result, the overall client experience will be greatly enhanced. In fact, the innovations on the API front by banks, such as at Yes Bank, has really helped catalyze an entire new banking industry in the country, which is now able to offer these services riding on the last mile APIs that banks provide them. Now, I would just like to spend some time on the digital strategy of Yes Bank and the partnership with FinTech. Our goal at Yes Bank is to become the digital aggregator of India. This includes a target of achieving 80% of our revenues. A platform approach is the key to this strategy, the means through which a client can access Yes Bank. APIs, internet banking, mobile banking, and connected banking are broadly the components that would constitute the omni-channel platform that we aspire to build and nurture. In order to support the facet, we are also augmenting internal systems by linking all our legacy systems through APIs, eliminating to the extent possible manual processes by imaging-based technology, accentuated by AI and ML protocols. Using robotic process automation to automate repetitive tasks, cultivating and nurturing a vibrant fintech and techfin. Engagement model is also one of our focus areas. We view fintechs as clients as well as partners, using banking services themselves as well as taking it to end customers. TechFin engagement to supplement our own product development strategy by partnering with specialists in order to fuse their offerings with our own. I hope these thoughts resonate with the attendees and lays down the context for the seminar. Thank you very much and wish the event all success.